Hello and welcome back to the most wonderful time of the year. That's right, it is Next Evolution unboxing and initial plays, and I am so freaking excited. We got new Marvel Champions, which is always an incredible event and exciting time, and we got a new big box. That means 5 new villains, a ton of new mod sets, and 2 new heroes. I am so excited. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be unboxing, taking a look at all of the new cards, and then we're going to be playing a couple of games. And so how many that is, I don't know, but I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow as well. So also I don't have 26 health. I need to fix that. Hey, Zyblai, how's it going? Yo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, that chat is small. Cool. Okay. So we are going to be starting out by doing the unboxing, but after the unboxing, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the hero spotlights for these two stuff. Hey, new stuff, let's go. Yes, I am so excited. Oh my gosh. And so we're going to be doing the hero spotlights for Domino and Cable. And so kind of that's two-pronged. One, I want to get a good feel for each one of the heroes before we dive into some of the like new content. Yeah, first aid. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Figure out and see the new heroes before we dive into the campaign. Also, with the campaign, if you are like me, you kind of want to see the campaign played after you have experienced the content a little bit. And so with that being said, that's kind of why we're going to be pushing the start of the campaign. Now, we may play the Marauder scenario, the first scenario, here, but we're going to start the campaign probably on Monday. Hey, Lucas. Hey, Stumpy. Welcome, everybody. Oh my gosh, how exciting is it today? Oh, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. So we're going to unbox this. We're going to take a look at all the cool new cards. There are a ton of really freaking cool cards in here. I have seen the first 4 scenarios. I was able to play a couple of the scenarios about a week ago. One of the local game shops had the box, not for sale, but you could go and take a look at them. And so get that stuff out of here. feels like Christmas. Okay, so we get 5 new scenarios, 2 new heroes. What we're going to be doing here, oh my gosh, I love unboxing. Oh, we have new stuff. We're going to be looking at the player cards, and then we will experience all of the, oh, there's player cards in there. Oh, I wonder if those are the campaign cards. We're going to be looking through and seeing what we got. But we got Cable and Domino, 2 precons. Both I'm very excited for. I'm curious, who are, hey, Lucas Go, thank you for the subscription with Prime. You are a wonderful person. Also, daily or weekly reminder that if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to your favorite Twitch streamer for free. You can give them Jeff Bezos' money. That does not have to be me, but please, 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 go subscribe to somebody, because why not, right? It's free. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe with Prime and you can do it. Hey, Nelson, glad to see you unpack the new box. I am so excited. I am so pumped. I've had this for a little bit now, and it's just been sitting there, and it has taken some incredible self-restraint to not break into it, because I wanted to do it here with y'all. Which one are you all more excited for? Who should we look at first, I guess, is the question. We got Cable and Domino. So Cable is kind of all about the player side schemes, which is a new mechanic. You can put out side schemes. Whenever you thwart them down, there's a benefit for the entire table. Domino is all about manipulation of her deck and discard pile and discarding cards from the top of her deck. I think personally, I'm more excited for Domino, just from a mechanic standpoint. But I think I'm more excited for Cable. Leave the best for last. Let's do it. I think I'm more excited for Cable in a multiplayer setting, because Cable with the player side schemes, I think the player side schemes are just so cool in multiplayer because they give a benefit to the entire table. And we're going to see a couple of these. Cable is our multi-aspect hero from this wave. Usually we get at least one hero, I think, in almost every single wave. Maybe not wave 1, where we get a hero that gets to mess with the deck building requirements and include cards from other aspects than their chosen aspect, and that is Cable in this sense, because Cable, on Nathan Summers' side, it says that you may include player side schemes from any aspect in your deck. So cool. Honestly, I'm stoked for both. Domino seems more fun, but Cable appeals to me as a Justice player. Cable Justice is going to be some incredible Marvel champions. Ooh. Okay, so Nathan Summers, 4 recovery, 12 hit points. He's beefy. He got a hand size of 6. Soldier X, search your deck and discard pile. This is a setup ability for a player side scheme and put it into play. Now, there's going to be a lot of talk, I think, about what you want to target for this initial player side scheme. There's a lot of them going around. I initially thought it was going to be his Technovirus side scheme, but after seeing his obligation, maybe not. Justice Player Unite. Yeah, nice. Also, I got sleeves, and we're going to sleeve these as we go. Alrighty, next up we got Body Slide. This is I think one of the cooler cards in Cable's kit, and this is one of the other reasons why I'm very excited for him as a multiplayer. Body Slide, 0 cost event, change form. Each other player may change to the form you are in. Now, the implications here is that does not take your one switch every single turn. And so we can switch form and say we're playing with Colossus. Colossus can flip down, shuffle a card back in, trigger all of the alter ego stuff that the mutants have, flip right back up on his turn. And since it is an action, you can call on the action and you can do this out of turn. We only get 1 copy of this. I was wondering about that. I was wondering if we got more than 1 copy, but it looks like we only got 1. That's honestly fine. It'd be cool. But also, like, I think it does have some implications and good stuff for solo, because you're able to flip down, trigger all those, and then jump back up. It actually, yeah, maybe even better for solo. Next up, we got Mind Scan. We got 3 copies of this. 2 cost event. It's a thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each scheme in the victory display. Now, all the player side schemes that we have seen so far go to that victory display, meaning that this is going to get better and better and better. So Mind Scan, we got 2 for 3. Not a good ratio for threat removal. But once we have 1, it becomes 2 for 4. And then where you can include so many player side schemes, and this can just get up to kind of where we want it to be. Hype Train! You just subscribed with Prime. Nikki, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Hype Train incoming. That's shown up every, like, once in a while. I'm not 100% sure what a Hype Train is, but I am on the Hype Train right now. Precognition. So this is a hero action, 0 cost event. Look at the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the number of side schemes in the victory display. You can discard 1 of those. I think that's really, really cool. Being able to manipulate that the encounter deck is so good. I just finished up a game against Venom Goblin. One of the members, if you join the channel on YouTube, you can suggest games that I play every single month, and I just finished up a game at like 2 a.m. last night. I couldn't sleep because I think I was super excited for NeXt, and so I was like, I'm just gonna finish this game. So Venom Goblin expert campaign, and running like global logistics and seeing and manipulating blindfold, seeing and manipulating the top card of that deck. So freaking good. So Precognition, I think, is going to be really good in the right situation. Be Snow, hey, how's it going? Let's kill some bad guys. Let's do it. Alrighty. Up next is our 3 cost event attack. We got Telekinetic Blast. Hero action, deal 6 damage to an enemy. Deal 1 additional damage for each enemy, or to that enemy for each scheme in the victory display. I'm telling you, we can get a lot of things in that victory display very, very easily. Cable feels like that builder type character, which is something I very much enjoy. Man, it felt like this expansion would take forever to come, and now it's here. That is so right, Maddie. How's it going? How's it going? Welcome. Happy Friday too. Happy Friday. It's also Lorcana release day. What an insane day for card games. What a fun day. Here is the player's side scheme that I think in solo will probably be our first pull. Technovirus Purge, or a lot of people have been abbreviating this to TVP, which is probably what, if you hear me say that, that's what I mean. So TVP, victory 0, so it goes into the victory display. It ups the telekinetic blast, mind scans, precognitions, all that good stuff. Characters other than Cable cannot remove threat from TVP. While it is in the victory display, Nathan Summers and Cable get the psionic trait, and Cable gets +1 to all of his stats, except for recovery. So, awesome player side scheme, which is also going to help. We never even read Cable's side because his 2/2/2, so he becomes a 3/3/3. Hey, how's it going? After reading the last page of the comic, now I want The next expansion, yeah, very, very, very cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that for anyone who has not seen it, but the last page has some pretty exciting implications for that next expansion. Maddie, you have a lot to learn, experience once you fly back to London next week. Nice. Well, have a safe trip. Have a safe trip. So Cable 222 response after Cable defeats his side scheme, ready him. Limit once per phase. Justice is gonna be insane. Not only can you trigger that off of your player side schemes, you can also trigger that off of any other side schemes. I'm really excited to run like a one way or another build with Cable. I don't know. I'm excited for Justice Cable. Okay, we got Gray Malkin. So I don't think I've seen this card. I don't think this card was part of the release or whatever, or of the article. Gray Malkin. Response after a side scheme is defeated. Ready this. We can exhaust it to generate a lightning resource. Okay, so he has a 2-cost resource generator in his kit. Good stuff. Good stuff. Professor, we've seen this one. Alter Ego. We can exhaust Professor to either draw a card or search your deck and discard power for a player side scheme and add it to your hand. So just ways to get more player side schemes, and what we will probably be doing with Cable in a majority of his builds is just looking to see how we can trigger more and more player side scheme pulls. Aki-san? Am I saying that right? I'm sure someone knows better. Akini-san? Askani-san? Askani-san? After you defend against an enemy attack, exhaust this card and spend a lightning resource to remove threat from a scheme equal to your hero's threat. Interesting. Okay, so this is a upgrade. Now that makes me really. Now I'm really excited for a protection build, because once we have TVP in the Victor display, we have a 3 defense. We can bump that to a 4, making a perfect defense really easy. We can trigger hard to ignores and as I'm gonna have to figure out how to say this. Hype train completed at level 1. Yeah, go team. I don't know what that means, but let's go. We completed a hype train at level 1. And so now you defend and you, oh my gosh. So you defend, you can trigger hard to ignore to remove threat from the main, and then you can trigger this to remove threat from a side scheme. Wow. And this is just a scheme, so it could also be the main. How interesting. I was thinking of switching the precon aspects between them. Oh, he's leadership and the other ones. It just being a scheme is so nice. That is so true, Stumpy. Yeah, just being able to hit any scheme, it's not limited to the main. Oh, now I think I'm almost more excited for the protection. Now that is my protection bias coming in. I love protection, and so I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I love Marvel Champions. We got Forced Amnesia. This is actually a really cool card. It's an upgrade. Forced Amnesia. Forced response after a non-permanent side scheme is defeated. Add Forced Amnesia and that side scheme to the Victor display. So a couple implications here. We can get rid of some nasty side schemes that we don't want coming back. And it triggers and it adds it to the Victor display, which ups all of our stats and all of our cards here. Portlandia is killing me. They're usually very quick in shipping orders to me. I ordered this and a few other things on the 13th, and it hasn't shipped yet. No. Hopefully you get it soon. I'm hoping that it comes in soon. Oh, yeah, baby. Here we go. Hey, how's it going, Doc? Oh, we got... It's not Cable without his big gun. We got the plasma rifle. This is a restricted card, which is the first restricted card that we've seen. Now we get 2 of these. So I think we still have space for another restricted. I don't know if he has another one in there. Exhaust plasma rifle and spend a lightning resource. Deal 1 damage to an enemy for each side scheme in the victory display to a maximum of 4. That attack gains range. That is incredibly good. So it gains range, so it ignores the retaliate keyword. But once we get this onto the table, it's a 1 resource for up to 4 damage. Now, we do have the sunk cost of putting it onto the table for 2, but once it's on the table, it's a 1 resource. So once you have 2 side schemes in the victory display, which should not be hard with Cable, especially because you start with 1 on the table, you're getting good value out of it. 1 for 2. Now it does have to be a lightning resource, and we've seen that over the last couple or a couple of these where you need to spend lightning resources. So Akine-san, however you say that, uh, his resource generator does generate a lightning resource, so that is nice. Um, so just kind of leans a little bit more into protection being kind of maybe a fun aspect, because protection has a lot of those lightning resources in it. We have Telekinetic Force Field. This is a 2-cost upgrade. Hero form only, meaning that we can only play it in hero form. And then Hero Interrupt. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage, discard this and prevent all of that damage. That is insane. That is any friendly character. That could be another person sitting at the table. And I think I'm more excited for Cable in multiplayer than I am in solo. And this is one of those reasons, because if somebody else is sitting, if Domino's sitting and you're playing Thanos or Juggernaut, heck, Juggernaut's gonna hit for a absurd amount. You can just prevent all that damage. That's pretty good, and it is not a forced interrupt; it's a hero interrupt, so you can trigger that at any time. That's pretty cool. Then the last Cable card that we've got before we get into the aspect cards is Temporal Leap, 2-cost upgrade, and Hero Interrupt. When the main scheme would be completed, oh my goodness, we played with this. This is a really cool card. When the main scheme would be completed, remove this card from the game and put a side scheme from the victory display into play. Move 4 threat from the main scheme to that side scheme. So what? Oh yeah. So this not only could prevent the main scheme from popping, now it could still complete, right? If you scheme way over, it could still complete. But this is, that safety net. It is a hero interrupt, which makes it a little bit more difficult to trigger in solo play unless it's like stage 1, maybe in advance. But like, it'd be nice if this was any interrupt. But then you get the side scheme back. Now that does decrease the value of a lot of your cards, but you get that side scheme back, and you can trigger it again. Now, TVP is one of the only ones that does not have a benefit for when completed. It has a benefit for while it has been completed, but a lot of the other cards that we're about to see will have when completed abilities, and so you get to trigger that again. And if you're set up to take care of side schemes, Temporal Leap is a good way to save the main and also trigger that ability again. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's talk about the kit real quick. I kind of unintentionally, I'm gonna just kind of set this because I want to see the cost. We can kind of get an idea of where the costs lie. So it looks like it scales, it's fairly flat, or not flat, but it's fairly low. I mean, like everything's pretty much on a 2. We're weighted a little bit more to the lower side of the cost curve, which is good. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Oh my goodness. Nice. I'm so excited. There's so many cool things. Alrighty, so that is Cable's kit. Let's look at Cable's aspect cards. He's coming with a leadership precon. However, we are going to get some multi or off aspect cards because of his deck building not requirement, but ability. We have Caliban, one of our new X-Force, one of our new X-Force allies. 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 health. After he enters play, discard cards from the top of your deck until an X-Factor, X-Force, or X-Men ally is discarded. Add that ally to your hand. Okay, so effectively a 3-cost, right? Because he's going to fill his hand slot back. So we do have some flexibility there. The other thing, who just said it? Yeah, so I think switching the precon aspects between them, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with Caliban, because Caliban is going to be discarding cards from the top of your deck, which Domino wants. Domino has cards that you want to be discarding from the top of your deck. Slight spoiler, 15-minute spoiler. So Caliban, I think is going to be really good for Domino. I got Phantom X. Phantom X is a 4-cost ally at 1/1/3 face value. Very bad. Don't like that. But After Phantom X enters play, search your deck and discard pile for EVA and put it into play and shuffle. Let's go find EVA so we can talk about these two together. EVA, 0 cost support. If Phantom X is not in play, discard EVA. So these come as a pair, right? And you can't play EVA, you must play Phantom X. But we can exhaust EVA to choose to remove 1 threat from any scheme, deal 1 damage to an enemy, or heal 1 damage from Phantom X. So we can pull Phantom X out, and then we have just a lot of flexibility there. So I think, honestly, the first thing that pops to mind here would be like a strength in numbers or a band together type build where you want a lot of allies on the table and you don't want to kill them off. So Phantom X does not need to use Charlie his like basic activation, because EVA can do that, and we can use Phantom X to exhaust 4 strength in numbers, and then EVA can still activate. I don't know. That's just the first thing that thought to mind. Maddie, dumb question: is Domino a recent character? Or is she a lot older, like the 90s Cable? I do not know. I actually do not know. I'm hoping that somebody in the chat with more X-Men knowledge than I can help with that. Alrighty, we got Sunspot. Sunspot is next. 3 cost ally, 1/2/2. After you play Sunspot from your hand, choose a player. Deal 1 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with the chosen player for each lightning resource you used to pay for Sunspot. That's a lot of damage. So 1 damage to each, so up to 3 damage to the villain and to everybody. Ascanisan. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. I need to hear it probably. She's part of the original X-Force. Cool. First appearance in 1991. Oh, she's older than I am. Oh my gosh. Okay, I really like Sunspot, especially leaning into the lightning that Cable already wants to lean into. But this is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so lightning, yeah. Even if you do 2, that's still pretty good value. That's, yeah. But nice minion clear. We're going to see a lot of this in, Mutagen. We're going to see a lot of this in Ultron builds. Very cool. Alrighty, mission planning. Play only if there's a side scheme in the victory display. Domino made her first full cover story appearance in X-Force 8, March of 92, Wikipedia. Nice. Cool. I just haven't heard of her as much, I guess, as I have Cable. Until the end of the phase, allies you control do not take consequential damage. Cool. So play only if there's a side scheme in the victory display, which that's interesting. So you don't take consequential damage. I'm over here. I am on team. Let's run an ally swarm with Cable, or I guess with all of these cards, but we can run an ally swarm if we can get 4 allies. Utopia. No, if each of your allies have the X-Men trait. So no, Utopia can't trigger. Maybe we'll get something that ups that ally limit. But if we can figure out how to get multiple allies on the table with mission planning, strength in numbers, I think there's going to be a really fun build there. She was in Deadpool 2. Now I'm wondering if I ever saw Deadpool 2. I had to have. Seen Deadpool 2. I do not remember that at all. Oh, okay. Ascani-san. Okay, I'm gonna work on it. Oh, we're getting to oh my gosh, yes, we're getting to our players' side schemes. We've got call for backup. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and put it into play. How insane! This goes to the victory display. Also, the side scheme rules for 1 or 2 player. You can have 1 player side scheme on the table at a time. In 3 or 4, you can have 2 player side schemes. But you're gonna want to probably be clearing these pretty quickly. Call for backup is a really good one to start with Cable. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and put it into play. So powerful. Just think of like some of the incredibly strong allies you can get into play for 3 threat and 1 cost. The Triskelion, yeah. Yes. 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 Um, okay, and I don't know how to pronounce your username, and I apologize. Triskelion absolutely ups the. What should I call you? I'm sorry. Honestly, those player side schemes are real strong. They also look way too easy to proc, but I'll need to try for yourself. I think the side schemes balance a little bit more um than I would think, where it's not only the one cost, it's two effective costs to put it into play as long as you're not using the setup ability on Nathan. Plus it's uh three threat that we want to remove. So not only is it that, but it's also three threat that we're not removing from someone else. Now, Cable in a solo game, once he has TVP in the victory display, can take all of these out for one. So I think that will be very, very strong. But I'm wondering if it's kind of a win more. I don't know. It's another thing that I'm gonna have to try more. Lock and load. So 0. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for a weapon upgrade with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. Huh. Cable is Cyclops and Jean's kid. It's 30 years later, spoilers, but there are very #comic reasons why that makes sense. Nice. So lock and load, so weapon of 3 or less. So yeah, our plasma rifle is 2, so we can go grab the plasma rifle for 3 for free. And probably if we're not adding any other weapons into Cable's deck, that's how we will want to get it into play. Because if we have this, that's actually only a 2 threat. That's interesting. But yeah, so we can do that. We clear it, we get to ready, and then we have the rifle on the table. But the one Adore. Okay, so Guarismo? Guarismore. Crap, I pronounced it as Mo. Guarismo? Okay. Let me know if I'm close. After you destroy TVP, Cable seems like a go all out. Now that's a cool call. That's an interesting call. Go out is a 2 cost. Also energy requirement to play, so that does kind of lean into what Cable is trying to do. And you exhaust your hero, deal damage equal to the summation of Mo. Mo. Guarismo. Yeah, so go all out, you exhaust your hero, 2 printed cost, deal damage to an enemy equal to the sum of that cost. So I like to think of that as the sum minus the attack, because that is the opportunity cost of what you're doing. So at that point, Cable spending 3 effective resources with the go all out deals 9 damage. Now that is 6 damage that would not be done with just a basic activation, which is good value. Now if you can have your friends pump that up more, then yes. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't used go all out in a long time. Also with body slide, you can trigger his like moxies and stuff more. That's interesting. Oh, also you can clear a side scheme, stand up, and then use go all out. So you don't necessarily have the or heck, you can attack, you can deal the 3 damage. You can use a what is the sector mind scan to clear another side scheme, stand up, and then go all out. I like it. That's really cool. That's really cool. Guarismo. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. Establish perimeter. So this is funny. We were playing with a there are a couple of us playing on Sunday, and the Cable player, I was playing Wolverine, and I was like, please don't put established perimeter out there, because when you defeat established perimeter, you give each identity a tough status card. And so Wolverine does not like that. The when defeated is not an optional ability, and so I had to figure out how to take some damage so I could start using my claws again. All fun, but Really cool stuff. Woohoo! Nice. Oh my gosh. It's Guarismo. Okay. Uncanny X-Force. I like these Uncanny cards. I think that these create some fun deck building. So this is, you play it, it's a team card. You can have one team card per player. And it says, if each of your characters has the X-Force trait, each ally you control gets +1 thwart and takes -1 consequential damage after thwarting a side scheme. Wow. Okay, so the way that I'm reading this, let me know if I'm not reading this correctly, is that all your allies get +1 thwart. Then, as in addition to, if they thwart a side scheme, they don't take consequential damage. So they still take consequential damage if they thwart the main scheme, but they also get that +1 thwart if they're thwarting the main. I think that's how I would read that. Uncanny X-Men is better. Uncanny X-Force. I want to see some more of the X-Force allies, I guess. Now, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. I'm down. I think there's a lot of ways that you can start building leadership, and I do think that leadership has gotten just a lot better. In the sense of not necessarily stronger, but more diverse in what you can build. Alrighty, we got Mission Leader. Mission Leader. Reduce the cost to play Mission Leader by 1 if your identity has the Soldier trait. And so that's Cable, that's Venom, that's Captain America. But after a side scheme is defeated, exhaust Mission Leader, each player draws a card. How insane. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's why I read it. +1 thwart all the time. Okay, cool. Mission Leader. Incredible in a 4-player game, especially with Cable, when you're going with all of these side schemes and you're clearing them so frequently. It's another skilled investigator. Now I really want to run like Cable, have Mission Leader with somebody else, and then have Cable running Justice and passing out the side scheme or skilled investigators, and then it's +2 cards whenever you defeat a side. Oh my gosh, Cable does not have a signature ally, which I just realized now that I see Deadpool, and we know that Deadpool's signature ally is Cable. Agreed. Hey, Brant, how's it going? So next up, we got Deadpool. This is a basic ally 3/2/2/3, forced interrupt. When Deadpool would be defeated by consequential damage, heal 3 damage from him instead and add an acceleration token to the main scheme. This, I think, is so powerful. I think that this Deadpool ally is so very strong. Just the 3/2/2/3. This is pretty good value. Plus, it's a wild resource. Pretty good value if you just play it, thwart twice, and chump, because those are pretty good stats right there. Hey, thank you for the follow. Is it Allie? Sorry, that's really small. Good. No Lorcana. I know. I heard that. I'm so sorry. That stinks so much. But I got through the 3rd villain early this morning. Nice. Why does my LGS only open late in the day? Oh no. But also with Deadpool, I want to Voltron this Deadpool because he never dies. And so you can just Voltron the heck out of Deadpool, and with adding a acceleration token, like, that's not the end of the world in multiplayer, especially if he's thwarting for 3 with Uncanny X-Force. So if you just throw Deadpool on the table and just have him be your, I'm gonna just clear the main and just have this as my thwarting mechanic, you're fine. Also, well, even Deadpool can start clearing some of these side schemes, and he's basic. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Deadpool. Ooh, Deathlock. Unit L17. I have not heard of this person. That's interesting. Hero response. After Deathlock enters play, choose an upgrade in any player's discard pile with a cost of 1 or less and attach it to Deathlock. That can be attached to Deathlock. Attach that upgrade to Deathlock. Well, oh my gosh. Okay. That's interesting. So I really want to run a Voltron build with, I wonder. It's interesting that we didn't get. At least we haven't seen them yet. We didn't get a lot of cards that can attach to Deathlock in this precon. That's interesting. Sidearm. Oh, sidearm is a good one. Yeah, sidearm is a good one. If you're running all of the non-trait locked upgrades for leadership, if you're doing like a Voltron build, uh, Deadpool could have been Cable's signature ally, but the community would have lost their mind. That's fair. Or Hope, but she's used elsewhere. Yeah, Hope is pretty cool. I also learned about Deathwalk watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How was it? Did you like it? Did you like it? Frenemies. Oh, it's Cable and team up. Cable and Deadpool team up card. Interesting. A 1-cost offense. Wild. Deal 1 damage to each to each Cable and Deadpool. Remove 3 threat from a scheme and 3 threat from a different scheme. Interesting. Huh. It's good value. It's good value. Maybe more of a multiplayer. I don't know. Build support. This card is incredibly good. So each player may search their deck and discard pile for a support with a cost 3 or less and put it into play. This means you are putting it into play. Great show. So much. Oh, cool. Okay. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. I know Ahsoka is coming out next week, and that's going to be, I'm super pumped for Ahsoka. And then I haven't seen, I haven't watched Secret Invasion yet, but I want to watch Secret Invasion. I've heard good things about that. But build support. Really cool card, right? Because you can get a helicarrier into play. But I think the cooler thing about this, their deck and discard pile for a support of a cost 3 or less and put it into play. This is not locked to any trait. And since you're putting it into play, you can grab X-Jet. You can grab Quinn Carrier. You can grab these resource generators that are locked out of certain... Let me make sure. Like, yeah. Quinn Carrier. Play only if your identity has... Hey, Journeyman, how's it going? Welcome. So play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Build support is put into play. It gets around that play requirement. I'm putting Quinn Carrier in my Cable deck. Not X-Jet? Oh, not X-Jet, because you generated 4 an X-Men resource. Good call. But you can grab Quinn Carrier. That seems good. And it's a support of 3 or less, so I think that would be... Uncanny X-Men? No, because these are each of your allies. What are some of the other interesting trait locked cards that we can get out that are supports? Really cool. But Quinn Carrier, Weapon X, nice. Oh yeah. Oh shoot. Because Weapon X is nowhere. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a good one. Wait, nowhere? Increase your ally limit by 1. There you go. X Gene. Nice. Yes. Increase your ally limit by 1. After a player plays a Guardian ally, exhaust nowhere. Oh, that's gonna be some cool, interesting cross tribal builds with nowhere. That's cool. I like deck builders. Deck builders are fun to talk to because they just see it better. Gene is an upgrade. Oh, Gene is an upgrade. Okay. Gotcha. Power of the Mind. This is a new resource card. It is a single mental resource. However, we get to double the number of resources that this card generates while paying for a psionic card. Honestly, I straight up thought that this was not coming until later. I thought this was coming in Psylocke. But is Psylocke even psionic? Am I just insane? Anyways, I was talking about I just recorded a podcast episode with the Critical Encounters folks, and so that should be out here in a couple of weeks. Spoiler. But Power of the Mind, we talked about Dark Phoenix, and I want to revisit Phoenix now that we have Power of the Mind because of how many psionic cards that she has and how expensive those can be. Ooh, Scimitar. Restricted. Hero response. After you play another psionic card, exhaust Scimitar. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Interesting. Interesting. How many of these are psionic? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have, okay, so 8 psionic cards in Cable's kit. Once we do get TVP in the, oh, it's in here, into the victory display, we can unlock and play all of those psionic upgrades or psionic events that we got in Phoenix's kit. So a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. This will definitely be a build around. Also, this is going to be cool in Phoenix. Huh. Add Psychic Kicker. Yeah, Psychic Kicker to Cable. Let's look at that real quick. So Psychic Kicker. There's so many P cards in Marvel Champions. It's a little insane. So Psychic Kicker, play only if your identity has the psionic trait. Ready an ally, they get +2/+2 for the next basic thwart or attack action this phase. Yeah, that also is, a 0 for 2, which is good. A 1 effective resource for 2, but now you also get to deal 2 damage. That's cool. That's cool. I think that this will be fun to kind of build around. Alrighty. Hey, we got sidearm. Okay, well there you go. We got another copy for sidearm. I don't remember who called sidearm out for Deathlock, but sidearm attached to an ally, max 1 per ally, gets +1 attack, and they get ranged. We have a lot of these sidearms already. I think I like this art better than our previous sidearm art. Cool. Okay, and here is the Psychic Kicker Goliath. All yes, yes. Psychic Kicker. Hold on, let me look at that again. Is it ready an ally you control, or is it ready an ally? Ready an ally. That's the first reprint in this kit. Yes. Yeah. Ready an ally. No. It's not. It's not. It's not one that you control. It is anything. So I'm like now. I really want to do like just an absurd She-Hulk Voltron. Yeah, that is the first reprint in this kit, which is really cool. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so the obligation and everything. This is where it gets a little. It degrades the value of TVP, I think. But this is Technovirus Resurgence. When revealed, search your deck, discard pile, hand, and victory display for TVP. Put it into play. Attach this card to TVP. If you cannot, discard this card and deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. So I'm thinking that put it into play. Attach. If you cannot, discard this card. Huh. I don't know why. I guess if it was dealt to you as a face down encounter card. Hope Summers can. Oh yeah, Hope Summers campaign ally would be epic. Yes. Nice, nice. So this one, you're gonna see this a lot more in multiplayer because you're just seeing a lot more encounter cards in multiplayer, and so you're gonna be pulling out TVP more and more often. This also, I think, in solo you could probably deal with it. Check the FAQ. Player side scheme limit interacts. Oh. Good call. Yes, yes. Okay, so if you already have that player side scheme out, you cannot put it into play. I got you. Okay. Pull obligation, discarded surge. Got it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It also has an acceleration icon, so it makes it so that TVP can't just sit out there. And then also Journeyman's favorite encounter set, right? I think that's right. That's what you were saying last weekend, right? So Strife is the nemesis. Villainous, 2/5 villainous. Love those stats, right? You do not get to choose the PSS to discard. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Villainous. 2/5 villainous. Jeez. When a player plays a psionic event, cancel the effects of that event and deal 1 damage to Strife. So, not super efficient there. Like an ally limit. Got it. Got it. You do get to choose. Okay. You do get to choose. Got it. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Oh, interesting. I like that. We got Back to the Future, which is his Nemesis side scheme. The Cable player cannot remove threat from schemes other than Back to the Future. Ugh. Now I understand why you hated this one, Journeyman. Cannot remove threat from schemes other than Back to the Future. Other players cannot remove threat from Back to the Future. The Cable player cannot damage enemies not engaged with them. Other players cannot damage minions engaged with the Cable player. That is so gross. That is so gross. We got Telekinetic Force Field attached to Strife, otherwise attached to the villain. When the attached character would take any amount of damage, prevent that damage. If 2 or more damage was prevented this way, discard this card. Got it. Yikes. Yeah, this is not a nice Nemesis set. Mind Scan. When revealed, place 2 threat on the main scheme, place 1 additional. Oh, this is the opposite of Mind Scan. So place 2 threat on the main, place 1 additional threat for each scheme in the victory display. So it's very similar to the Mind Scan in the set. And then I think, yeah, this is the Telekinetic Blast. Take 2 damage, take 1 additional damage for each side scheme in the victory display. That is very brutal. That is very, very brutal. Anything that just deals damage to you can be very, very scary. And then if you've built up like you're wanting to do with Cable, and you have 4 side schemes, that's just a 4 damage. And then it's a boost effect, you are stunned. And then the boost effect on Mind Scan is you are confused. Boost effect on Telekinetic Force Field is attached to this card to the activating enemy. Yeah, that's not a nice encounter set at all. Alrighty. While we have this out, I'm just gonna start putting these away because we're gonna use these to build. So Phantom X, Caliban. I really like Sunspot. I think Sunspot's a really cool design. Kind of similar to like Thor almost, like the aggression Thor. We get it in leadership, which is pretty cool. In Thor, we can keep around, whereas this is kind of a one-time when entering play. We have a lot of leadership allies now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 full pages of 9 leadership cards, our leadership allies. It's pretty crazy. Alrighty. So, what are some of y'all's favorite cards that you saw in? I'm leaving these out. These are definitely staying out because we're definitely going to be playing with those. What are some of your favorite cards that are in the Cable pre-con? I'm really excited about the player side schemes. I think that's such a cool mechanic. Also, the Power of the Mind is not limited to 2 per deck like a lot of the other Power of cards. So that's pretty cool. Also, Mission Leader has some crazy implications. Uncanny X-Force. I guess Uncanny X-Force is only 2 cost, whereas the other team cards are 3 cost. So that's kind of interesting. Also, just looking at Deadpool, I'm happy that we got Deadpool. I think that's a fun ally. But Voltroning Deadpool will be fun. With the wild resource, Domino may like Deadpool as well. I do think that just swapping Domino and Cable's precon is really viable. Oh my gosh, we have so many new cards. I'm so pumped. Alrighty, we get to open up Domino next. Domino is coming with a Justice precon. Is that correct? I actually don't even remember. Yeah, it's Justice because I remember Wolfsbane. Uh, so Justice Precon. Oh yeah, we're keeping this out. Build support, we're keeping out. I'm putting in all of the side or the player side schemes all the time, and you can't stop me. It's also just it thins the deck too, and so with like Cable, like just being able to have all of them, a building character, you can go and just add more and more player sites or player side schemes into the deck, and we just continue to get more and more like revealed and spoiled for us. And so you can thin that deck. Seems pretty good. Power of the Mind. It's like, why did I put a sheet there? Frenemies is... What do we think about Frenemies? Deadpool and Cable. I guess if you are running with the... like a Voltron Deadpool build, that could work. Very good. Nice. Nice. Yeah. It's very efficient. Do you play it in solo, Journeyman? Domino came with Justice, but it doesn't matter. Just do whatever. And she's in. Nice. Yes, I will do whatever. And it is about that time to unbox Domino as well. Strong thwart event he can run in any aspect. If he's exhausted, it's hard. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a really cool call. Mindscan Frenemies solves that. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I didn't think about just him being exhausted, getting hit with like a... Got clear side or clear sleeves for the heroes. Alrighty, are we ready to take a look at Domino? Cable can start slow, but becomes more and more powerful as the game goes. Oh, I'm so excited. I love heroes like that. Like I you know, just those build heroes. I'm such a, like my play style is more control. I kind of really enjoy the control and managing the game and then having fun. So I think I'm gonna enjoy Cable. That being said, I am more looking forward to Domino just with how she interacts with the game. I think it's so cool. I got to play through the box, but the scenario and heroes are great. Nice. I keep hearing such good things, which is awesome. I've played through the first 4, so I have not played Strife. Is that last? Yeah, Strife is the last one. I haven't played Strife. Cable's been rolling out of the game like a beast for rolling out of the gate like a beast for nice. I am so excited for Domino. I'm so excited to play Domino 15 to 20 times and then start to understand how Domino works. Cable's obligation is very annoying. Yeah. I think that's the biggest issue with Cable. Yeah, it is annoying. In solo, if you see it early, it's not too bad. But yeah. Yeah. So annoying. So annoying. Alrighty, we got Domino. It's it's so cool to have these in my hand. It's so much fun. It kind of reminds me of Gwen. Oh yeah, ugh, Worried Father, or like Cyclopses. But Cyclops, you're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not attacking with Cyclops anyways. So Nina, action: choose a card in your hand. Swap that card with the top card of your discard pile. Absurd implications there. Domino. 1, 2, 3 stat line. When counting resources on cards discarded from the top of your deck, count each printed wild twice. As an action, we can choose a card in our hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. So if we wanted to, we could have the discard pile, we could swap it with the top card of the deck, flip up, and then take it. That's so cool. That's so cool. Hey, Jar Jar. Loving these UK friendly time streams. I do it for the UK folks. Yes. I just have so much more energy in the morning. Domino is the synergy queen. There's so much that works together. Oh, I'm so pumped. So all of Domino's, or the lack of signature ally in Cable's kit is made up because Domino has 2. 2, right? I think it's just 2. Yeah. So Diamondback, 2 cost, 1/1/2. Exhaust Diamondback, deal 1 damage to her and discard the top card of your deck. Deal 1 damage to each enemy for each resource icon discarded this way. Now, since if we're in hero form and we do that, we get to count that wild twice. And so deal 1 damage to each enemy that just clears the table. Digging Deep is her MVP card. It was always the card that led to the strongest turns. I'm excited for Digging Deep, which we'll get to here in a second. For like even characters not with Domino. I'm excited for it with like Venom, right? Because the setup ability, I think, as far as I understand, that would work with Venom. I really want to do like a call for aid with like 1 or 0. Call for backup with like 1 or 0 Avenger allies, and then just grab all the resource cards, all the White Fox, all of those cards. I think that would be fun. I also think Ally is in the top tier of signature allies. Let's talk about Ally. 3/1/1/3 with toughness. Discard the top card of when Ally attacks. Discard the top card of your deck. She gets +1 for this attack for each resource icon generated this way. So if you have manipulated the deck to your favor, that's probably a 3 attack. Or if you have Jackpot or her version of Shawarma, then that could be 4 attack. That's pretty cool. Will you play them as precon first or jump straight into deck building? I'm going to jump straight into deck building. I actually like, yeah, I just like deck building. So I'm going to just jump straight into deck building. We're going to do at least 1 game with both of these today. You're the same? Yeah, I just have a lot of fun with that. At least 1 game with each of them today. Maybe 2. We'll see. It may work. But I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and we're going to be playing some more. And then next week we're going to be doing the campaign and playing. There's a lot next evolution. Jackpot, a 3 resource card. Awesome. After this card is discarded from the top of your deck, shuffle it back into your deck. Cool. So discard this for Outlaw. Outlaw's attacking for 4. Jackpot gets shuffled back into your deck. The thinner your deck gets, the better that gets because you can just hit it multiple times. Or if you draw it, now it's a 3 cost or a 3 resource card, which is pretty nice. Also, I will note, because you're counting the wild icons, the majority of her kit, except for Jackpot, all have wild icons. And so we're going to be building into a lot of wild stuff for her deck. A good workout. 2 cost attack superpower. So let's start counting superpower. I did not do that for Cable, but I'm pretty sure Cable has some superpowers in there. Deal 4 damage to an enemy and discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon discarded this way, deal 1 additional damage to an enemy. I think we're going to see a couple of... I'm going to do this way. I'm going to start building the curve. It's all superpowers. Oh, really? Okay, well, Def Focus. Here we go. Luck Be a Lady. We got 1 of these in the deck. 1 cost superpower. Discard the top card of your deck and count the resources on it. For each resource counted this way. If it's a lightning, heal 2 damage from a character. That's cool. It's a character. So that could also mean ally. Which is pretty cool. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. For a mental or physical, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Say wild, choose 1 of the above. And so if we count to wild twice because of her ability, the way that I understand that is we can to choose 2 of these abilities or 1 of them twice. Luck Be a Lady seems like a very good card. We got Right Place, Right Time. Superpower Thwart. So remove 3 threat from a scheme. Discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon discarded this way, remove 1 additional threat from that scheme. So 2 for 3. It's minimum 2 for 4, right? Because we're always going to be discarding the top card of a deck, and unless we have something without a resource icon, which we should always have a resource icon, unless we're playing Mysterio, or if we're playing like Mystique or something that throws cards into the deck. That's going to hurt my head to think about. but or a wild. It's 2 for 5. I like it. We got Pip the Pug. Pip the Pug, 1 cost support, alter ego action, exhaust Pip the Pug, put 1 domino or posse card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So that could be Jackpot. That could be any of these. That could be Luck Be a Lady. I'm interested in a Voltron build because Domino already is kind of leaning into that Voltron build with the 3 defense, so she can take the hits. And so if she Voltrons everything and Luck Be a Lady heals, we can keep those on the table for a while. Resident, fortunately I won't be able to stay live much longer. I have to go back to work soon. Awesome. Well, thank you all. Thank you for hanging out. I will catch you maybe tomorrow or later or whenever. Awesome. See ya. Domino feels like she wants to give Star-Lord a run for his money on amount of encounter cards with all the discarding. Well, let me yeah. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I think Star-Lord will definitely have more encounter cards, but I'm not 100%. I think the effect that you get from the discard offsets that, offsets the negative of discarding. You're not exaggerating when you say he's considered Domino to be up there with Captain America and Scarlet Witch on power level. I've been blown away. I've seen some crazy stuff. We got the Painted Lady. This is a vehicle. 1 cost. After you discard a card from the top of your deck, attach that card face down here as an alter ego action. We can exhaust the Painted Lady to add a card attached here to your hand. Awesome stuff. So if you discard that super important upgrade or whatever, you can mitigate it and get it back, which is really great. It'll definitely still be fun and powerful, but imagine Deadpool and Domino and counter card. Yeah. I want the Star Pool combo, which I think a lot of people have been talking about with like Star-Lord with the pool aspect. Ugh, disgusting. Domino's Pistols, we actually have 2 of these. These are restricted, and so this does take up all of our restricted slots. Exhaust Domino's Pistols, choose an enemy and discard the top card of your deck. Deal 1 damage to that enemy for each resource generated this way. This attack gains ranged. So once you have these out, it's effectively just 4 more damage minimum. I guess 2 damage minimum, but if you set it up, really good stuff. Lucky and Good. Hero Interrupt Defense, we only have 1 of these as well. When a boost card is turned face up during an attack against you, exhaust... Oh, this is an upgrade. Exhaust Lucky and Good. Cancel that card's boost icons and boost ability. Give that attacking enemy another boost card for this attack. That seems good. Cancel the card's boost icons and boost ability. That seems really good. Being able to cancel boost abilities like that, that's good. That's really good. As crazy as it sounds, I actually ended up not playing Painted Lady much. I always have better things. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty, we got Lucky Break. This is a 0-cost superpower upgrade. When you reveal an encounter card, discard Lucky Break. Cancel all the effects of that card and discard it. Reveal another counter card. There you go. Hey! Sup, I've missed much gameplay? Nope. We are still in unboxing right now. And so we're almost through Domino's. We have Domino's Precon, so we haven't even started the gameplay stuff. Once we do this, I probably want to start with just the Marauder scenario 1, because I do think that that's going to be a really good deck testing scenario. And so we'll start playing after we finish this. So no gameplay has been missed. Alrighty, Lucky Break, 0 cost. And then Probability Field. This is, I think, one of her stronger cards. So 2-cost upgrade. When you use a basic power, discard the top card of your deck. You get +1 for each resource icon discarded this way. This is not Interrupt, or this is not Exhaust. This just always happens. So anytime Domino uses a basic power, if you have set it up that there's a wild on the top of your deck, she gets +2 to her ability. That is very, very good. Very, very good. Also, it has the defense trait, so you can use it to trigger your defense upgrades. Oh, lucky and good. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Huh. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Sick. Excited to see this. Hoping to get some crazy deck brews. Oh yeah. I am pumped to dive into it. But probability field. One of the players that I was playing with last weekend was running a domino protection deck, and the protection was just like always about being ready, just to abuse probability field. Because if you can set the top card of that deck and have wilds, if you have what doesn't kill me, you stand up. Now you are thwarting for 6 a turn. Probability field is your number one card. It's an absurd card. I'm so surprised it doesn't exhaust. I am so surprised it doesn't exhaust. But now, like, your defense becomes a 4. So once she has this on the table, her stat line effectively reads 2, 3, 4. And with the wilds, it's a 3, 4, 5. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's Domino's kit. This is pretty. This is you know, we don't. We have one card that costs more than 2. And she has a fairly decent economy. We haven't even seen Digging Deep yet. I think Digging Deep is going to be just really solid for her. Probability field is her actual power. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I am so excited for Domino. She is just being able to manipulate the deck and knowing what you're drawing. I think is going to be so cool. I think it was Journeyman. I don't know if Journeyman's still on the stream, but I think it was you talking earlier on Discord. I haven't been able to see a lot of the Discord because I slept in this morning because I was up until 2. Hey Villain, how's it going? Loved your Lorcana review. Just a flying visit since we're about to play Juggernaut here. Nice. Good luck with when you start. We'll catch more tomorrow. Sweet. Awesome. Thank you. See you around. So funny story. I posted the Lorcana review this morning, and for some reason only like 40 seconds uploaded, and so like it's just like a 40-second video, and so I had to I fixed it, but it's just funny. But yeah, so Journeyman, I think it was Journeyman was talking earlier about global logistics and being able to discard cards from the top of your deck using global logistics, which is the shield justice card, and then all the cards that get put into play or have effects when they're discarded could be triggered off of global logistics. I thought that was a really interesting build. You're using lucky and good with some deflection and unflappable, hard to ignore. The odds of milling a digging deeper too is that's so true. Oh my gosh, I want to play. I want to play so badly. I was tempted to buy a box of Lorcana as an investment, just leave it unopened for a few years. I don't think that that's a bad idea at all. I do think that at least this first wave is going to be in very, very short supply. So yeah, you think protection is her best, indomitable to ready. She has a resource to play what's kill me. Oh yeah, because it's all wild. You get around that restricted very easily. Huh, yeah. Let's look at some justice cards. We got Feral, 4 cost, 2, 2, 3. After Feral thwarts, discard the top card of your deck. For each resource icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to the villain. Oh, cool. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. And so it's probably a 2 thwart 2 attack. It is locked into the villain, which is fine. But it's not an attack, so it gets around guard and everything. So that's nice. Or open it up, get a rare card, and make 10k. Yeah, this is my most rare card. It's one of the alt art Mickeys. Actually, I have 2 of these. I pulled 2 of these. But I've been having a lot of fun with Lorcana. I've been playing a lot online. It's a lot deeper than I was expecting. First edition alphas, the TCG that stick around. Boxes go for loads. That's true. You picked up some Lorcana alongside this box at the shop today. Trips to board game shops are dangerous to your wallet. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I want to try Aggression 2 with Hone Technique. No quarter. Does this. Oh! Ooh. Yes. That sounds really cool. Because Hone Technique, you can get into play super easy with all the wilds. No Quarter does the same milling. You can grab. I like it. And then she has a pretty decent amount of upgrades and like things on the table. And so you can thin the deck to a lot of the. You can thin the deck to like a lot of aggression cards. So not only are you, if you're discarding cards to like mill or and grab some card, oh yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. If I forget about that, remind me of that when we're doing aggression, because that sounds really fun to try. We got Wolfsbane, a 3/2/1/3. After Wolfbane thwarts, name a card type. Then discard the top card of your deck. If that's the name type, you may add it to your hand. Nice. That's fun. That's fun. Especially if you're manipulating it, right? So if you have like choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. So just like that. So you can swap in something that you're not playing or something that you are playing. Let's just talk about Digging Deep. Let's just do it. So I'm tired of skirting around it. Digging Deep is her card. This is I think one of the better cards in this pack. So response, after this card is discarded from the top of your deck, add it to your hand. So now Digging Deep is you discard this card. Not only are you counting it for the 2, but you get it in your hand. So this card, I don't see us not running 3 in almost every single one of her decks, because now like Wolfsbane, we have Domino in hero form. We have Digging Deep in our hand. We're going to swap Digging Deep with the top card of our deck, and then Wolfsbane is going to thwart. We're going to name Resource. We're going to discard. I guess we don't even have to name Resource, but if, say we're doing Feral, it'd be 2, and then we get to grab Digging Deep back to our hand. The combos and like this the sequencing here, I think, is just going to be so interesting. Also, you can pack so many resource cards since her ability is to swap the top card of your deck, reduce your chance of flood. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Domino is the one I am way more excited for. Even the odds, we've seen this one before. Requirement is a lightning while paying for this card. Spend the remove 1 threat per player from each side scheme. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each side scheme defeated this way. So much synergy. Yeah. The thing is, her damage with her pistols and sharpshooter is already off the charts, which is another reason I went with protection. Don't need to do more damage, especially in solo. Yeah, because if you have both of those pistols out and you're doing 4 damage a round, like, you really don't need a ton of activations. You can use a lot of her like attack events. Is there any old scenario villain with discard mechanisms or mechanics? Yeah. So Sandman. No, Sandman is the encounter deck. Magneto will discard your deck. Discard cards from the top of your deck with one of his side schemes. A Mess of Things. No, that discards the encounter deck too. Does Thanos do anything with it? I'm sure there is something. Is there anything that y'all can think of? Team Investigation. Don't like this card. So this is an alliance card, meaning that often 8 with Sharpshooter. Ooh, Ultron. Yeah, Ultron. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So Team Investigation, 2 costs per player. This is the first card that we have seen out in the wild with this resource cost. So 2 player, this costs 4. Remove 3 threat per player from a side scheme. I don't love it. It's expensive. 2 for 3 locked to a side scheme. Now, if it wasn't locked to the side scheme, it may be a little bit more playable. I just think it's a little bit hard to play. Ultron has a side scheme that does it. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Digging Deep has awesome implications for like Ironheart with Tony Stark AI, with Iron Man, with his futurist ability, being able to discard cards from the top of your deck. I really want to run Digging Deep with like Call for Aid or Call for Backup, whatever the leadership event is, where you discard cards until you get an Avenger ally. You're going to grab all the Digging Deeps. Whenever you do that, I want to run it with like Venom setup is a discard that could work. Venom doesn't necessarily need the economy as much. He kind of does. And also he wants the wild, so that could be interesting. Um, Peter or Colossus with his art studio, I think it is, where you discard cards until you get a weapon X is a good one, where you're discarding cards, you take a damage, and you discard cards until you get uh uh a card that I think it's a signature card. There's a lot of ways to discard cards, and like digging deep, I think is just gonna change the game for some heroes. Doesn't risky business do it sometimes based on the amount of tokens on criminal enterprise or something? Finally, I can beat risky business. Nice. I actually do not remember. Take out the guards. Another player side scheme. Victory is 0. Each player may discard one non-elite enemy from play. Interesting. Team Spirit with Miss Marvel? Yes. 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 It's this is, I think, the most interesting resource card that we've gotten. Like all the other ones are, I'm not, it probably isn't the best one, right? But like of like the ones with like abilities, I think this one is one of the cooler ones that we've seen. Hey, Wood Dog. After playing a little bit at our game store, Justice is going to be MVP. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Justice is going to be insane. Justice is going to be so cool. What does Digging Deep say? Sorry, stepped away to get coffee. No worries. Digging Deep. After this card is discarded from the top of your deck, add it to your hand. So discard a lot of cards and add those to your hand. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so were you playing Justice, Wood Dog, with Cable, or are you playing Justice with Domino? But I agree. I agree. If you just swap these precons, I think you're gonna have just a much better time. Oh, we got reprints of Overwatch. Cool. Attached to a scheme. When any amount of threat is removed from the attached scheme by thwart, discard this card, remove an equal amount of threat from a different scheme. Nice. Venom setup weapons? Yeah. Good call. Good call. It's a resource that gets discarded. Yep. You add it to your hand. Love seeing reprints of Overwatch. And then we're going to get into... Oh, wait. Did Cable not have doubles? I don't think Cable had any... he had the power of the mind, but he didn't have doubles. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, we got Atlas Bear. 3-cost ally 1/1/3. We can exhaust Atlas Bear to look at the top card of a player deck. If that card is an event, you may deal 1 damage to Atlas Bear to add that event to its owner hands. That's cool. Especially because you can swap in with the top card of your deck. So Atlas Bear can really kind of... You can guarantee it. You can guarantee... it's effectively a +1 card. Interesting. You could also do it with someone else's, because look at the top card of any player's deck. If that card is an event, you can deal 1 damage. So it's like Spider-Woman and everything that can set that. You play... I was playing Cable in his precon deck, but it felt like he'd be... Oh, yeah. He'd be insane in Justice. It'd be really, really cool. Yeah. I played Cable Justice. I just wanted to increase the chances of clearing TVP in turn 1. Yeah. Cable doesn't need them, depending on how you build them. Grey Malkin plus a player side scheme gets a lot of value. Grey Malkin is the ready. Yeah, so after a side scheme is defeated, ready it, and then it generates a lightning resource. It's so good. Good card for Black Panther. For Atlas Bear? Being able to grab Wakanda Forevers? Also, Atlas Bear being posse traded is important. It is. It is. We're going to see a couple more posse stuff. So let's go ahead and just grab these, because that's going to be something that we're going to want to talk about. Outlaw and... No, not Proximity Field. And Diamondback are also posse traded, as well as Domino herself. So we got... Oh, Wakanda. Oh, that's cool. Hey, how's it going? I'm doing great. I'm having a good time. We got White Fox. This is another card that I think is really cool. So 3-cost basic ally 1/1/3. After White Fox is discarded from the top of your deck, put her into play under your control. So another posse card. But now, like, again, with everything that is discarding with Digging Deep, now you have an ally that you can drop onto the table. That's pretty good. If the only thing she does is thwart 1 and block, that's awesome. Yeah, pretty sure he's the first. Is it a he? Is Atlas Bear a male or female? It's the first Wakanda card since Core. That's interesting. Yeah. Huh. The other neutral ally who is key for Domino's deck. There she is. Yeah, White Fox. Yep. And that all matters because of this card, which is the Posse. So max 1 per deck, play only if you control at least 3 characters with the Posse trait. Heal 1 damage from each Posse character and ready them. So crazy. So all of these are Posse traded. Domino counts 1. So if you have 2 additional Posse cards, then you can heal a damage and ready all of them. That means Domino too, and I think that's kind of the biggest implication here. Well, I guess Diamondback and Outlaw are also just insanely powerful because they're discarding, but Domino then can trigger all of her basic activations again. Ugh. It's a she? Sweet, thank you. Did you play Cable yet, or is that still to come? It's still to come. Yeah, I have not. We unboxed Cable. We unboxed Cable and we went through all the cards, but we have not played any games. That card is nuts. Yeah. Yeah, especially with Diamondback being able to do all the damage to everything on the table. Outlaw just doing a lot of just insane damage at, like, probably the villain. Domino being able to attack again. It's... Ugh. If you defeat a side scheme with an ally, does Cable ready? I don't think so. After Cable defeats a side scheme. So no. He has to defeat it. Yeah. But which is kind of interesting. There's a little bit of anti-synergy with the uncanny stuff there, I guess. Events and upgrades not attached to other characters do count as him, though. Events and upgrades... Oh, yeah. So if you're using Mind Scan or whatever, that counts. Posse leadership. Yeah. Whew. Superpower training. Hey, this is the card that I got from FFG to spoil. Haha. Teamwork. I have probability field out. I'll just do 8 damage and heal 1 with Domino and 6 damage with Outlaw and 4 damage to everyone else. Diamondback. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the card that I was able to my content creator spoiler. So superpower training. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard battle for an identity specific upgrade and put it into play. That's awesome. A lot of implications here because it is an identity specific upgrade, and so a lot of the Ant-Man helmets, friction resistance, those are kind of the ones that come to my mind that really make those characters go, and it's kind of a night and day difference between if you have it on the table versus if you don't have it on the table. This is just another way to get it onto the table. But also, like, I mean, you can go with the pistols. There's just a lot of things that superpower training can grab. You can grab mind control from Phoenix. That was one of them that I thought of. Just take over an ally. We got our doubles. Can never have too many doubles. We have sharpshooter, max 1 per player. When you make a ranged attack, discard the top card of your deck. This attack deals 1 additional damage for each resource icon discarded this way. This is a good product to buy 2 copies of, I think. Is that just because of, like, the side schemes and stuff? So the side schemes are unique. So, like, you can only have 1 copy of the superpower. Now, if you want to, like, leave decks set up, I absolutely think that is the case. But sharpshooter, because of the pistols, is it an attack? Are the pistols an attack? Yes. So when you make a ranged attack, so now the pistols are effectively doing more. 1 more or 2 more. Hello, Domino's pistols. Those are ranged attacks. Yeah. That is really cool. That's so much damage. That is so much damage for Domino. Oof. I'm so pumped. Okay, so let's look at Domino's obligation and nemesis stuff. So obligation, memories of Armageddon. What a tough art. That is that's not great. That looks very sad. Give to the Nina Thurman player. Treat your identity's printed text box as if it were blank except for traits. Alter ego action. Exhaust your identity. Discard this from the game. Okay, that's I mean, not good, but it's not bad. You discard 1 at a time too. So if you hit jackpot, you shuffle it back in and you can hit it. Oh, interesting. Okay. So jackpot times 4 is 12 free damage with 0 card plays. I won the game before I meant to. I'm sorry. You don't play true solo, so you have some stuff. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay, we have Topaz. I get so many of these like ads on like Facebook for Topaz Video AI. Somehow it knows that I do like video stuff, and it like will not stop recommending like this Topaz software. So when I see Topaz, I just immediately go to that. So I guess the uh, marketing is working. But Topaz, search the encounter deck and discard pile and set aside area for one copy of superpowered feedback and attach it to your identity. Okay, here's superpowered feedback. Attach your identity. After you resolve an ability on your identity or an identity specific card, take 1 damage. Discard 1 identity specific card from your hand to discard this card as an alter ego action. Oof. Yeah. It's gonna have to be dealt with. 1, 2, 3. So not too bad, but I think the superpowered feedback is the worst part about that. I didn't mind the obligation that much. She didn't mind going to alter ego to. Oh yeah. She also has so many. Yeah, she has a lot of like really cool alter ego things to trigger. So another copy of superpower feedback. Not my lucky day. Each player must either take 1 damage or place 2 threat here. It has an amplify token. Not awful, not great. You didn't even draw a resources card or get an ally from the pistols and sharpshooter. Haha. Oh yeah, Domino is actually just too good. I don't mind that she's so powerful because she's still super fun to play, unlike some powerful heroes, Doctor Strange. We got Prototype. Okay, so Topaz is the Nemesis minion, but Prototype does go into the deck. Prototype gets +1 hit point for each luck counter on him. When revealed, place luck counters on Prototype equal to the number of damage your identity has sustained. Oh, that's interesting. That's a cool design. And so if you've now I just vision like Domino running Symbiote suit and having 19 health down to 1. Prototype now is 19 damage, 19 health. Nice. Really cool stuff. I'm excited for both of these. I think I'm more excited for Domino. What do you all want to see first? So we're gonna play at least 1 game with both of these characters. But and then we'll play a lot of games tomorrow. Depending on how quickly they go, we may be able to get 2. But who should we play first, Domino or Cable? I'm gonna be putting these away. I'm gonna go to the be right back. $19 health. Domino kills it in 1 turn with her cards. Oh yeah, not even an issue. We just kill everything. So we got Feral and Wolfsbane. Play whatever you're more excited for. Alrighty, so that's gonna be Domino then. Can someone help Domino? Let's do it. Can someone help justify team investigation for me? Like when would I run team investigation? Domino. Alrighty, it's gonna be Domino then. So I organized these by cost. I'm gonna put this in the 2s, but I guess technically could be an 8 cost. We got a lot of basic cards with Domino, which I think is fine. It's just kind of interesting. So Atlas Bear. We're going to keep Superpower Training out here because Superpower Training seems pretty cool. When you're playing a precon and needed some thwart. Does team... Okay, that's fair. Okay. Okay, I didn't quite get what you were saying. I forgot I asked the question. No, it's not a thwart. Maybe a multiplayer. This team, no, yeah, it's not a thwart, so it doesn't combo with Overwatch. Yeah. But in multiplayer, you know, in a 2-player game, it's a 4-cost card. In a 3-player game, it's a 6-cost card. It just seems hard to justify. We're leaving White Fox out. What are we doing? We're gonna leave Atlas Bear out because these are gonna be part of the posse that's staying up. We can put one of the sharpshooters away. Where else would sharpshooter work. What are ranged attacks that we have in Trash Card? uh, what are some ranged attacks that we have in other characters? Digging deepest thing out. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff. We'll sit here and we'll talk a little bit. And let's play the first scenario. The first scenario I think is just a really good deck testing scenario. Plus this new content, which is already always fun. So we'll grab this first scenario. But Hawkeye, yeah, with the ranged attacks. It's very much meant to be a domino card, right? But yeah, Hawkeye is a good one. We've got does Venom have ranged attacks? And is it when you make a ranged attack, so it's not an ally? So this first scenario is really cool because you get I think it's 7 villains, maybe it's 6. So 3, 6, 7. 7 villains, and you're gonna play through 3 of them. And then in the campaign, hey, Flu Chicken, thank you for the subscription. Five Flu Chicken, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. You're great. Cable's Plasma Cables. Hi from France. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, so Cable's Plasma Gun is a ranged attack. So I mean, like it's 1 extra damage for 2, right? So 3 effective costs. We want it to trigger at least 6 times, probably more because it's not an instant effect. It's a domino card. It's a domino card. We'll sit here and sleeve. So, Chicken, have you been able to play yet, or have you been able to see the product yet? Hey, BB, how's it going? How's the new box going for you? Domino might be my new best friend. Can't wait to deck build with her. So far, I'm kind of in the, I've just unboxed both of the heroes. I'm getting the first scenario ready, and then we're going to dive in with Domino and deck build and play with Domino. These are not the right sleeves for that. You play first and second scenario? Nice. How'd you like it so far? How are you liking it? I am so excited for Domino. I think that she just has some crazy combos that it's going to take me multiple plays to figure it all out. More sleeves. I'm running low on sleeves. I need to go get more sleeves. That's what happens when you play 3 LCGs. You go through a lot of sleeves. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we'll go Domino. What aspect should we start out with? I think Domino. Let's do Domino Aggression. That sounds so much fun with the home technique stuff. Or Domino Protection. Domino Protection also sounds really fun. I really like it. Even if my deck was not optimal, you think, oh, nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The first one seems a little easy. The second one was tougher, and Juggernaut was a real nice puzzle. Yeah. And then Mr. Sinister is something. Mr. Sinister is something. The Mutant Slayer mod set is also pretty cool with all the villains. I think that's cool. The first scenario seems a little easy. I do think that is a little easy. I wonder if there's a mod set that we can throw in there to help with that a little bit. Domino leadership, make the call for posse. That'd be pretty cool. One of the villains is really tough, even the first I think is manageable. Yeah. Okay. I don't mind and I totally agree with that. I do not mind with the first one is going to be the first one's going to be easy. But I thought I was playing it wrong. It was so easy. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it, and then we'll see if we can find some mod sets to make it a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna go to the be right back screen. I'm gonna go get a refill and kind of set some stuff up a little bit. Um, the second one was really quick for you with a very lucky draw every time. Oh, nice, nice. But don't go anywhere because in 3 minutes, maybe less, I will be back, and we're gonna be playing my first game of the new content. I'm so pumped. Alrighty, I'll see you soon.